What you got to do is you got to take the feeling, you got to push it down in you, you got to bury it, all right? And then you let it out slowly after 6 drinks onto unsuspecting strangers. That's how you do it. No, that's not what you do. What you do is reality. What you should do after being dumped is what you should do, what Chris Bosh did after they lost the championship that year. I think it was to the Mavericks. And he just dropped to the floor and he cried it out of himself. And everybody made fun of that guy. Do you realize how much more healthier men would be if we could actually do that? It would be absolutely horrific for women to see. And as much as they say they want to see it, they don't want to see it. You know what I mean? That's like the male equivalent of watching your wife change tire. You don't want to see that. Just seeing her out there jacking up the car and maybe making a strong throw from third base. That's just some things that men and women, you think you want to see it, you don't want to see it. What if she grunt a little bit when she just fucking threw a laser, right? Ball takes a funny hop and she's still able to fucking You don't want to see it. Not saying it's wrong. But there's just certain things. It's just dries them up and sends us fucking, pitching to the right or the left there. Old fucking Stan is down for the count, if you know what I mean. All right, dear Billy Boy. I actually should say yawing to the left, if I'm going to go aviation here. I am a 28-year-old dude. The beginning of the year was life kicking me in the nuts. My girlfriend, been together for 10 years, left me for some rich older fuck. Oh, man. Well, if you want to feel better about yourself, just listen to the Eagles' Lying Eyes. Because that's what the fuck she just walked into. Unless he's only a few years older. But if he's a lot older, I mean, what the fuck? Come on, man. What kind of young woman wants some guy's dick coming at him with their fucking salt and pepper pubes? I mean, that's no woman lays in bed dreaming about that. I can tell you that right now. All right, needles, needless to say. You wrote needles. Needless to say, but I will. It got me absolutely heartbroken, depressed as fuck, feeling that I lost all my goals in life. Had to leave our apartment, which I renovated for us to finally be our no place like home place. Had to move for a while back in with my parents. That's always a hard time. Started hating my job. Yeah, dude, that's also... Dude, what you got going on here is you have a new beginning. All right? You got to understand, the kind of person that would leave you to go get with some rich older guy... I mean, I don't know anything about your relationship. I mean, it seems like you had a job, you renovated the apartment, you do seem like a motivated guy. It'd be one thing if you were sitting around on your ass... Look, if you're sitting around in your ass, you're not doing anything, you cannot expect a woman to stay with you. You're fucking useless. As a man, if you're not providing, what are you doing? You're just a big kid. They don't need that. You're 180 pounds of fucking excess weight just dragging them down to the ground. They got one life. They're going to go fucking live it. So, but you have a job. You renovated the place. You sound like a good guy. Granted, you're writing the email. Here we go. If it wasn't for the best friends in the fucking world, I don't know what I'd do. So it's been like 8 months, got my shit together, lost weight, started learning a new language. Here you go! Started studying, giving lectures in clubs, and banging a hot, smart 22-year-old girl. And that banging is the shit, he's saying here. Look at this guy, turned his life around. You know what, I can tell you all your friends wish that they got dumped at this point, seeing you all of a sudden walking around like you're the new Johnny Bravo there. But the shitty thoughts about the ex still stir in my head. Well, it's natural, man. You were together for 10 years. 8 months later, one 22-year-old in a new fucking language. That's normal. He goes, I feel bad because all that crap lands on this new girl. Oh, dude, that's the first wrong thing you've done. 10 years of sharing experience is kind of hard to forget, and it always pops up. I'm smart and sensitive enough to know what I'm doing is wrong. Well, there you go. Look at this. You're an evolved guy. He says, although something inside says, dude, the fuck is wrong with you? You should never say that to her. Never compare her to the ex. Yeah, don't do that. Never demand something she can't deliver, but somehow I still do it to the new girl, and it hurts her. How do I get to stop being a douche to this chick? Well, step one is you're admitting it. And how about this? There's a huge difference between 22 and 28 in a level of maturity. 32 to 38, there's not that much different. But 22 to 28, you basically go from being a kid to being an adult. Even though legally you're considered an adult, that's a huge difference, you know? I mean, if you're 28 years old, you go out on a date with somebody and you go, what's your major? That should be the beginning of when it starts feeling creepy. You know, I don't know. I always did. I was just kind of like, oh my God, this person's still in fucking college. You have a teacher in a semester. You know, what the fuck? I mean, you can't even relate to it. So how do you stop being a douche to this chick? I would actually sit down with her first off, and I would apologize for doing it. That's the first thing you need to do. And get it out in the open and just say that, you know, I'm going to really work hard to not do it. And please call me out when I'm doing it. And I'm going to do my best to immediately stop it. Just know that I'm coming down from a 10-year dump here. And it's going to take me a little bit. So if you can be patient with me. But the last thing I want to do is hurt you. And this is not fair to you. That's the first thing I would do. Yeah, I would get her flowers and I would totally fucking apologize. And be on my fucking best behavior, you know, for a while, man. Because it's really a horrible thing to do, to take out your life on somebody else, take out your childhood and other people, which I did for fucking like 15 years. You know, it's bad. Remember that? What was that fucking show with that guy? My Name is Earl. You know, I could do that just with my fucking relationships with women. It was fucking bad. Anyways, all right. So I'm not saying I'm above you or anything like that. All right. See that? Put myself right on your level. I've done the same fucking thing. So if I could go back in time, that's what I would have done. If there was a podcast that I could have written to. But I didn't. I was in a vacuum. All right. Response from a lady. Dear Billy Big Beard Mustache. A huge fan long time. Listen, from a lady. 2 things I want to write about. 1, I also struggle with holding my tongue at the park in regards to other people's children. Oh, good. You make me feel better. Especially when the children are much older than mine. My son is a small 5-year-old, and while at a splash pad, parentheses water but not swimming. I'm familiar with these. These obese 9 to 12-year-olds were shoving my son and threw him to the ground, running past him at full speed and knocking him over. I yelled out, "Hey!" and "No" to the other kids. The mom, of course, was pissed that I yelled out. Yeah, these parents today. Don't yell at my kid. Well, he's a fat, sweaty animal. Why don't you stop feeding him? And why don't you talk to him? Turn him into a young adult rather than solving everything with a fucking banana split. Can't say any of that. You know? If I was making America great again, you'd be able to say that to another parent at a fucking playground. The mom, of course, was pissed that I yelled out. After that, she would yell out, "Those are my boys. Those are my boys. Be the alpha male," and stare at me like she wanted a confrontation. Oh, she would have got one. You should have on some stiletto heels. And mind you, she is also an obese, tall individual, and I was afraid that if I confronted her, she'd sit on me. Ah, fuck that fat shit. This is all you do. You get in their wheelhouse. You hop in and you hop out. That's how you beat a fat guy. You hop in, they fucking overcommit, all right? Unless they know what they're doing, which you never know nowadays. But say they don't. You hop in, they think they got you, they lunge for you, and then you hop out, and then gravity takes over, and then they face plant, right? And then they're laying face down, but it's like a turtle that's upside down. And you leave them there, and you let them bake. And think about what they did. That's how you beat a fat parent without throwing a punch. All right. I don't even know if that works, but it sounds good, doesn't it? Where am I? I notice people are doing less to ensure their children are doing less to ensure their children are little shits. It seems like every time we are at the park, there's rough kids who are absolute savages, and their parents just don't give a shit if they're bullying other kids. Yeah. And they start doing it's natural selection, but whatever. Just know this: you just protect your kid, and know that someday that fucking moron will be shoveling shit into a truck. And I literally mean shit. In regards to the woman who's blunt, I'm also very large-breasted, but my frame is very small, and I can say
I've never had an issue with that being taken seriously by men. They'll see my rack on site, yes, but it's not likely they only see a walking pair of tits. Well, even if they do, I mean, you should be able to within a couple of questions, you should figure out, that's all the guy's into, right? I've had plenty of meaningful relationships as an adult with a large chest. Fuck that lady and fuck all of those friends. If I were her friend and someone in that circle said that, I'd immediately call the woman out on being a dick. Thanks and go fuck yourself. I like this person. I like people who see the world the way I do. You agree with me. You're a good person. I like you.
Dear Bill, my girlfriend recently got active in politics. Occasionally she says stuff that makes no sense because it's secondhand information from memes. Well, yeah, if that's what you're using for your fountain of information. But who am I to judge? I just Google shit and I read the first article like most people. Once I had to explain to her how Congress worked because she insisted bills don't go to Capitol Hill. Oh, boy. I even sang her the song. She admitted to being wrong. Well, that's a big thing for an adult to do. And we agreed that for argument's sake, we, parentheses she, won't quote internet facts. Oh, man, this relationship, somebody's going to have to give here. Either you're going to have to give into her tinfoil hat reactionary, like I said, Google it, read the first article, research done, or she's going to have to come your way. And it's going to be torture for both of you. All right, cut to this week. She's saying that we need to cancel landlords. I had to try and gather myself to explain to her that her father was a landlord. He has a business and owns the building, but rents out office space on the other side. She said, quote, "That's different." Oh, boy. She started spouting off all these bullshit facts that I traced back to a Teen Vogue article. Oh, wow, dude. So you write this shit down and then look it up and, God bless you, sir. You have both of your balls firmly within your grasp in this relationship that you're going to fucking take her you're going to take her down to the mat like this. All right. I'm 26 and she's 24. I just don't understand how you can rationalize that renting out residential or commercial space is like slavery. Also, aren't cities with stupidly high rent prices mostly blue? Well, let's go through them. Certainly everything out here in L.A. is a weird city, man. It's red and blue. People don't realize that because all they do is pay attention to Hollywood, but it gets deep red pretty fucking quick, and it gets deep blue pretty fucking quick. And obviously, if you're near the Hollywood sign, and I don't even know about that. It's just that anybody who is red in Hollywood knows enough to keep their fucking mouth shut. Anyways, we don't live together, so I'm probably going to break up with her in a few weeks. Yeah, you're definitely going to. I'm going to send her a meme about canceling girlfriends. Because for me, that's an important cause. Go fuck yourself. Love you, Bill. You know what I loved about this guy is he had a problem. He faced it. He realized there was no solution, and now he's going to address it. This man is going to be successful in life. This is what it is. He saw a problem. He tried to bring the horse to water. The horse would not drink. He sent it to the glue factory, and he's moving on. That's how you do it. He didn't adopt it. He fucking put it down. I love it. I love that whole story. Provided, that was just your side of the story. Why would you cancel landlords? You know what I mean? You guys are reminding me of the people that wanted to legalize weed. Remember that? Legalize weed, man. It's a source for paper. You can make jackets and you can make solar panels out of it, man. Now it's legal. What are they doing? They're just trying to figure out ways to get you more fucked up. Here's a way to be high, but you can actually hold a baby with this strand. This strand right here, you're just going to stare at the wall for fucking 3 days. It's like, where's the paper? Huh? Where are my green hemp fucking Crocs? They're nowhere to be found. People just want to get fucked up
and not get high and not have anybody give him any shit, which I don't have a problem with. I really don't have a fucking problem with that. So, you know what is amazing to me is people that take those fucking trips, the hallucinating ones, and that's the thing that just blows my fucking mind. People take that, and it's just like, and when you come back, it's just like you're going to realize that this reality is just this reality that you fucking, it's that we've just agreed upon, but you're going to be looking at the world in a whole new fucking way. It's like, dude, I can't even handle reality. Like, I've always been like fascinated with psychedelics, but also fucking terrified. Just the whole thing, like, you need to take this, but you got to make sure you're in a safe place. I recently had a buddy of mine. This is his story, and he's a comedian, so I can't tell it. But he had such a fucking hilarious reaction to this thing that was speaking to him while he was high or tripping. And it tried to criticize him, and his reaction was like, well, who the fuck are you? Which is just such the classic stand-up comedian like mindset. Like, what? This guy's great. Why? Polyamorous boyfriend or douchebag? Oh, I can already answer this. Well, it depends if you're banging a bunch of guys and if he's out there banging a bunch of women. All right. Lady, dear Bill, I have a predicament that I'm in, and I need your hilarious and brutal honesty. Oh, you know why? Come on, play. I try to cue it up. Come on. Why won't it play? Yeah. That's me. Me from somebody else. All right, I'm going to stop playing that because it's going to get old real quick. I have a predicament that I'm in. I need your hilarious brutal honesty. I'm a 27-year-old lady. Prime of your life. Oh, yeah. Anybody else get the new Tool album? How great is that, huh? I want to figure that song out before I give it and have somebody fucking just look at somebody do a fucking drum cover. It's called Invincible. Or if you have my drumming ability, it's called Impossible. Thank you. I'll be here all week. All right. I'm a 27-year-old lady, and I've been in a relationship with a 25-year-old guy for about 8 months now. Oh, dude, this guy is the fucking man. He's banging an older broad, and he talked her into a polyamorous relationship. What? This guy's the shit. He's smart, he's loving, and we spend all of our days off together. Though there have been a lot of issues along the way that make me unsure about us. When we were 3 months into our relationship, my boyfriend told me about his ex, who he claims is not an ex, but just someone he casually slept with for 4 years. ... Ellipses, eye roll. He told me he felt bad for her because she was going through a rough time and she lost all of her friends. Oh, so she was getting the consoling cock. I mean, that's the thing. You got gray asexuals, you got demisexuals, and then you got consolosexuals. He asked if it would be okay for him to meet up with her for a cup of coffee. I said okay, as I trusted him, and he reassured me he felt nothing for her, that he was not attracted to her, and that he just wanted to grab some coffee. Oh, Jesus Christ. About a week after that conversation, I called him, and he answered, revealing that his ex was in his apartment. Okay, all right. Well, there you go. Now, what you should have done was gone out and get some hot coffee and fucking thrown in his face. And the both of them were having beers. After I quickly ended the conversation, he immediately texted me asking if he could fuck her or come on her tits. No joke. I answered him, ended the relationship, and stated that we both clearly wanted different things. LOL. Hey, well, you know one thing about this guy, he's fucking honest. Well, I guess he didn't say that she was coming over. He immediately sent her home, he says, and he came over. He was upset and explained. He was upset. Is this real? Are you fucking with me? He was upset and explained that he thought we were in a polyamorous relationship. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. This is the way he does this shit. This is what I think the kids call gaslighting. Even though I told him that he could not have sex with anyone else when we agreed to be boyfriend/girlfriend. There was only one conversation about polyamory in which he did say he wanted to be in a polyamorous relationship. But I responded to this by asking him what polyamory even was, and he said that it meant that maybe we could have a threesome. I answered, maybe someday. Yeah, so this guy's a lying piece of shit. But I wasn't ready for that. He was okay with that, never mentioned that we could fuck whoever we wanted, when we wanted. After much fighting, we end up working through it. He admitted that he was in love with me. Oh, bullshit. He's keeping you in his stable. Fuck this guy. And that polyamory was not important to him at all. Bullshit. I don't know this guy, but I would break up with him. That he would rather be with me than with all the ladies in the world. Oh, bullshit. I'm sure he said that to that chick he was having fucking beers with. He agreed not to talk to his ex anymore, and we moved on. That's all bullshit. Since then, we discussed boundaries many times. I've tried to end the relationship a couple more times because of his ignorant, flirtatious behavior. He's not ignorant. He's selfish. Found out he went out for a drink with a girl from class he's attracted to, and found out he's been texting her, though not sexually. Yeah, oh, Jesus Christ. How many more red flags do you need? Most recently, I tried to break up with him after he told me he was texting his ex again. Yeah, I called that fucking 2 paragraphs ago. Every time we fight, I try to end it. He writes me long letters about how much he loves me and would do anything for me. He's full of shit. He's just saying whatever he needs to say to selfishly keep you in his life. It's going to feel fucking great. Tell this guy to go fuck himself. I don't even know this guy, and I hate this guy. He will blame his behavior on his terrible relationship with his mother and his father. He'll do anything but take responsibility for it. He blames his father, who is a womanizer. He begs me to give him time and to tell him what is and isn't okay. Yeah, because he doesn't get it. Well, this is what you should do. You should invite him over one time as you're riding the dick of somebody else and be like, you see this? This isn't okay. You see what you're feeling right now? That's how that's how you were making me feel. He literally wrote out a relationship agreement. My friends don't like him and think he's controlling / disrespectful towards him. I've never met the guy and I don't like him. They say I'm way out of his league, and they are shocked that he acts the way he does. Oh, they say I'm way out of his league. Oh, okay. I know the answer seems obvious, but I'm deeply in love with him. Yeah, he's fucking the shit out of you is what's happening here. That's what it is. And he's a good-looking guy, and this is how he gets away with it, right? That's what it is. I get it. I see. I was wondering why you would stay with this person. I get it now. All right, he's coming over there. You know, he's got the romantic novel hair. You know, he's packing about 8 inches. He knows what to do with it, and he keeps sucking you back in. Been telling myself he's just young and naive. I always believe him when he says he'll stop talking to other girls and that he has never cheated on me, as I can see how much he loves me. Parentheses, as I've read through his text. Yeah, they probably copied and pasted from the other person he sent him to. Though it hasn't changed how much he looks at other girls, how much he loves strip clubs. Oh, good Lord. And how about cocaine? Can we throw that in there for the trifecta? And the fact that I have to even read through his texts. Please, Bill, am I just blind because I love, or does this relationship just need a lot of work and communication? Longtime fan and listener, best wishes to you, Nia, and your lovely daughter. And, of course, go fuck yourself. Yeah, Jesus Christ. You know what? I bet as I read this out loud, you know, I think you know what you need to do. Yeah, fuck this guy. And fuck this guy. And this guy is going to hurt a lot of people. And the longer you're with him, the more he's going to hurt you. Get the fuck out. Lady listener. Oh, this is the lady that just fucking rips me a new one. And what I love about it is she's so emotional and so mad that right above she goes, lady listener - fucking above your pay grade. You know, so her ego's in check. Dear Bilbo T. Baggins,
Wait, is this the one? No. This isn't the one. Is this the lady? There was a couple that ripped me this week. No, I think this is the lady. Wait a minute. Is this the one? Wait a minute. Where the fuck is this email? It didn't come in? I'm going to have to edit this part out because I'm just sitting here babbling. Wondering where the fuck this thing is. No, there was some woman giving me shit about saying stuff about the fucking pink stuff in the NFL. Where the hell's that one? This other woman's just giving me shit saying I'm unfuckable. Like I didn't already know that. It's like, I go out in the world with this face. I went up to bat with this hand that I was dealt. Where's fears? Oh, pink shit comment. Okay, yeah. Oh, here it is. Okay. Pink shit comment. Dear Billy Clueless, I was incredibly surprised by your ignorant comments about breast cancer awareness events in the NFL during the commercial read of your MMP. Well, then you're obviously not a regular listener. I always was talking about how they wore that pink stuff and then that wasn't, I'll wait to the end. About talking about this shit. First, your sexist comment about it being the month of the lady. Oh, that wasn't a cute thing? Month of the lady. Okay, I'm sexist. I mean, I am, according to other women, so I guess you're another woman to say that. Completely degrades women in general. How? If I say the month of June is Gay Pride Month, does that degrade gay people? Oh, I guess because I said the lady. What was I supposed to say? The warriors? Okay, don't say you were just kidding. You weren't. I can say whatever I want. What the fuck? Why are you talking to me like you're my parent? Now, don't say you were just kidding. You weren't. This is what it's like to do stand-up now. How they took it is how you meant it. And you tell them, I didn't mean it that way. You're lying. All right. Evidently, you know what my thoughts are. Okay, this was evident by your next dumbass comment. Wait a minute. My whole podcast is one dumbass comment after another. Why are you fucking dying on this hill? You could have chose all of these you could have got outside yourself and had empathy for somebody else that didn't suffer from something. But no, not you. But wait, you're a better person. All right. This was evident by your next dumbass comment. I kind of like this. Because half the times I forget what I said. Saying, what's up with all the pig shit? Well, I'm a comedian. I mean, that's how we get into subjects. What's the deal with pig shit? Now, you have no idea what that moment is about. Oh, I can explain that to you. Yeah, that whole cancer awareness and holding that thing up. I believe it or not, people are aware that there is cancer. And people are aware that people have died of it. Do you know how many fucking friends and family I have lost to cancer? Do you have any fucking idea? All right? If you were at a party, I wouldn't fucking bring a sign and hold the guy's fucking name up in front of you and ruin your fucking party. This is the thing. I watch sports to escape that. I do benefits all the fucking time for this shit. I meet the people. I see them in the beds fucking withering away. I saw my buddy like that. Yeah, like I'm watching a football game. Everything on Facebook, all of this shit is all gloom and doom. All the news is gloom and doom. The Weather Channel is gloom and doom. I have one oasis to watch a bunch of people have a ball and try to get it across the fucking goal line, and people have to bring up gloom and doom again. That's what I mean. Like, why are you doing that? Why are they doing that? Anyway, and if you knew anything about the NFL, which I don't think you, not that you don't know about this sport, like they have had a sort of a checkered past when it comes comes to these types of things where it looks like they're doing these things and they're actually making a fuckload of money off of it, which I believe the first time they did the pink thing, from what I read, allegedly, remember those pink jerseys you'd buy and you think, hey, my aunt or uncle died of cancer. I'm going to buy this pink jersey, and this is, so nobody else has to go through it. Evidently, like half of 1% of the money for the jersey went to cancer, and the rest of it went to the NFL. That's what I read. It's kind of like when they did the support the troops thing, and they would cut to a troop sitting in the crowd, and you thought, oh, look at them, they're patriotic. And then you found out that when whoever they were showing, be it a Marine or a Navy guy or whatever, they charged that branch of the service for a commercial. So, all right, but whatever. But, let's get back to her ripping me a new one. It's about educating women about a disease that kills far more women than COVID-19, a virus you relentlessly talk about. Well, wait a minute. Now I'm offended. Okay? Are you saying that all of those people, how many people need to die before I don't talk? You're doing the same thing to me. So not enough people died of COVID. So you find me talking about it relentless. All right, I'll try to ease it up. Early detection is vital to surviving any cancer. Really? Oh, there's some new information. Everybody knows that. I got yet another colonoscopy. I got fucking Jacques Cousteau going up my ass here in another fucking month. But that, I almost forgot that there was a camera was going to go up my ass. I almost forgot, but thank God that guy had okay, all right. I get it. I get it now. I see your point. As a person who has seen breast cancer completely destroy families, well, who hasn't? And could have been prevented with early detection. I applaud the NFL for trying to make a difference. Okay, now right there, your heart is in the right place. Okay? You ever go out on a date, ma'am, and you date a guy, you go on a date with the guy, and you just think he's a dreamboat. And then after your date, you're talking him up to your friend, and your friend just has this look on her face, or his face. And you're like, what? What's going on? Yeah, you might not want to have a second date with that guy. That guy, he's a little shady. I'm sure he was nice. I'm sure he was polite. I'm sure he held the door. That's what the NFL is. You just have to know that, okay? I'll leave it at that. And you can enjoy yourself thinking that their heart is in the right place. Their heart is at the bank.
Quit drinking, would rather be alone. This next person says, Mr. Embarrassment. Sorry. I thought since you've taken time off from drinking that you'd be a good person to talk to and ask about this. I'm 22 years old, and after hitting the bottle hard since early high school, I decided to take some time off after it seemed to get out of control. Yeah, I've been there. I've been sober for nearly 5 months at this point. The thing is that since putting up the bottle, I've noticed I enjoy spending time alone rather than with other people. I still go out to bars and hang with my buddies who drink and usually just end up being the designated driver. He says, I have no problem with people who can control their alcohol. Just thought it would be a good personal choice to take some time away. But being sober / the sober guy at 22 is pretty damn rough when everyone else is getting shitty. Just wondering if you had any insight on the matter. Thanks and go fuck yourself. Well, I can actually relate, even at 46, of being the sober guy because of all the free time that comedians have. We can kind of drink like we're still 22. So I know how, I guess, but I'm not 22. So I guess there is an extra amount of stress with that. But I think what you're doing is a great thing. And hello, Nia. Hi. I think it's a great thing. And how do I put this? When you go on a run of not drinking, it's all about you, okay, and what you want to do and how long you want to do it. And
I wouldn't give in to any like external pressures as to when and where you start drinking again. I always find it funny when I'm not drinking to go to a bar and watch basically everybody slowly roofing themselves and then just watch the behavior. And like I said, I don't do it in a judgmental way because I'm more kind of observing like, oh, this is how I was acting. It can definitely suck at night, but there's nothing better in the morning when you wake up without a hangover, ready to take on the world. And I would think at 22 to do that's pretty mature, and you got a chance of meeting your judgment on who you start dating would probably be a lot better rather than you're hammered and she's hammered, and you start the relationship off in this cloudy area. You might meet another, smart person your age who's taking some time off herself. Who knows? But as far as like, if you're feeling pressure to start drinking again, that's the wrong reason to start drinking, because everybody else is drinking is not the reason to come back. But if you feel like you have it under control, and or if there's an event coming up and you're like, okay, I'm going to drink at that, and then I'm going to immediately shut it off. But I got to be honest with you, that's a tough thing to do, because I was like, I'm going to drink when I went to Vegas, and then I was immediately going to go back on the wagon, and I was able to do it for 4 days, and then it was like July 4th weekend, then I had a beer, and then I've just been kind of drinking ever since. But fortunately, I drank so much in Montreal that now I don't want to drink. I think that I almost need to do that. I got to hit like a wall where I either make such an ass of myself or make such a bad decision, or just do something that it's easy for me to kind of like want to walk away from it. But like I said, it's all up to you. You don't sound like you're an alcoholic. I mean, from your fucking email, I can't really judge it. But like I said, whatever, do whatever you want to do, but don't start drinking again because everybody else is. I guess that would be my advice. All right, let me read the last of the advertising here, and then I'll wrap it up. Hey, for that kid also who was talking about not drinking, here's another thing too. At my age, I see the results of abusing your body with booze, drugs, food. People say food is a drug, which I would actually 100% agree with. You see the results of it. And unfortunately, when I was up in Montreal, I saw a couple of people that are my age and 10 years older, and they either the ones that took care of themselves and kind of quit drinking and tried to eat right and that type of thing, they look great. They still got the light in their eye. And then people who've been, hitting it hard, man, it really catches up with you when you get to be my age, where it's like, I've been of legal drinking age longer than I've lived when I wasn't. You know what I mean? That tipping point of like 42 years of age, when you've, and forget about underage drinking that you've already been doing, like it really, really catches up with you. So what you're doing right now, giving your body a break when it's as young as it is a phenomenal thing to do. And, you could actually experiment steering even more into a healthier lifestyle, like learning how to eat a little bit better. Because at 22, man, I mean, you can fucking drink a 12-pack and eat McDonald's late at night and wake up the next day with a flat stomach. But, like, you're setting yourself up for, just basically being a human being is no different than being an athlete. It's just the timeline is stretched out a lot longer. Like, Father Time is going to get all of us, but, those athletes who throughout their career, early in their career, took care of themselves have longer careers. And if you'd like to have a longer career, in other words, a longer life, like doing what you're doing is a great thing. So, I don't know. When you look at it that way, there's really no peer pressure. Is there really peer pressure to die sooner? All right. Nia, do you want to chime in on one of these? Sure. You want to do Dead Nazi Grandpa?
Problem with ginger at work. What's up, you ginger? Hey, if you got a problem with the ginger, you got to go to a ginger. I'm telling you, that's what you got to do. All right, I wanted to share an experience I've had for a couple of years now. My workplace offers a fitness center, a gym to work out in. If you complete 80 visits with 30 minutes durations in a year, then the company gives you a discount on health insurance. That's amazing. I don't want you dying of a heart attack, and then I got to use Zip to find somebody else. All right. A couple years ago, the company direct hired a personal fitness trainer that is fresh out of college who is also a ginger. Well, I don't know what that has to do with it, you know? I'm already feeling like you're going to be coming at us. The problem is he's a guy. I don't give a fuck about him. The problem is he has turned it into this police of the fitness center, or rather hall monitor, if you will. Dude, oh my God, I swear to God, if you take 1 ounce of fucking shit from this fucking power drunk, I've loved all the emails, even the fucking bitchy one in the first one. I've loved all of these emails. This one's going to stay with me. Stay with me. All right, I'm breathing. I already hate this person. Only hearing your side of the story, of course. He will literally sprint across the gym if he sees you walk in to log you into the computer. Well, it sounds like he's doing a good job. It's completely unnecessary because they have a laptop set up to log yourself in, or he will shout hello and your name across the gym to acknowledge that you are there. You're a miserable. You want to be left alone. You need to communicate that. This has nothing to do with this guy. And this is not me defending him because he's a fellow ginger. This is you, dude. And I got to tell you, I am way more you than that other fucking guy. Often he will guard the door as you walk in, say some really awkward one-liners like, hey, you coming or going? This dude's just fucking, he has personal trainer energy. They got to be upbeat. Anyway, meaning, are you just starting your 12-hour shift or getting off your 12-hour shift? He will ask that on a daily basis. Well, cut him some slack. He's just out of fucking college. Anyway, now you can imagine this, when COVID hit, I already know the solution to this. He took it to an extreme and next level, being the mask police and also cleaning things obsessively even after the person using the machine just cleaned it. I mean, he probably was told to do this. This kid's just doing a good job. I'll get you out of this. I.e., he says putting sanitizing wipes in each hand and getting on his hands and knees and vigorously rubbing the rails on each side of the treadmill belt. I mean, hey, listen, everybody says these young kids don't want to work. This kid's crushing it. I don't know what the problem is. He said, I can respect this kid's work ethic, there you go, in wanting to do a good job, but he needs to learn that some people just want to go to the gym in a zone mindset of busting out a good workout and not socializing or bullshitting. Exactly. But he's not a mind reader, buddy. What you're going to have to do is fucking grow a pair and go up to the young ginger and tell him that, all right? And I love that you've waited too long to say this, that now it's going to be awkward. So I got to think of the way you need to say it. Anyways, he says, especially before or after 12-hour shift, you being a person that goes to a gym, I would think you two would understand this. Don't try to stick me in your fucking boat. When the fuck do I work a 12-hour shift? I don't even have the real job. I know it's just not my hatred for people because, yeah, there we go. Hatred of people, because I've asked other coworkers about how they feel about the kid, and they agree he's a major pain in the ass. How do I diffuse this? All right, there's two ways to do this. You could see the humor in it and try to out-energy him. Or what you do is you just go up to him and just say, listen, I really respect your work ethic, and you have an amazing positive attitude, but I got to be honest with you, man. I'm a curmudgeon, okay? I like to keep to myself. When I come down here, I go into a zone, and I don't want anybody talking to me. Is there any way? I know you see me. I respect that you see me and all. Is just any way you could just leave me alone when I come in here would just make my day. That last part sucked, but the beginning part was good. And you know what? This ain't my problem. It's your fucking problem. All right, I can tell you this. You hit the nail on the head here. You went to a ginger and a curmudgeon. I relate to both people in this story. This is like a good movie. Yeah. You could just be like, dude, it's early. It's early. But do you think that he's going to be a little rat fink if you say that? When he comes running, hey, you coming or going? You can just be like, it's not that exciting. You could say, get a new joke. See, you don't want to do that. That's what you're going to do because it's building up in you. You're going to snap, dude. But you know something? You're evolving as a person because you're asking, how do I diffuse this? How do I diffuse this? What the fuck is that? Oh, I know what that is. That's another thing I don't know how to fucking hook up. Sorry, I got to clean this fucking place out. I literally have foot pedals underneath when I was going for my instrument rating. Fucking things just fell on my foot. Yeah, just in the nicest possible way. Just be like, dude, I'm actually envious of how excited and amped up you are every day to come in here. All right, but I got to be honest with you, man. You know, I'm not built like you. I'm a really quiet, state of myself kind of person. If there's any way, I don't, give that energy to everybody else. I don't need it. I don't need it. I just want to put my headphones on and work out. Can you do that for me? I really appreciate. Thanks, bro. Just do that. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. Or you could go to a different gym. But then I won't get credit for working out. Well, that's the price you got to pay. All right, that is the podcast, everybody. God bless you, your jacket, your miniskirt, whatever the fuck you're wearing. God bless that DJ.
Tired of lying. Hey, Billy Nutbuster. Here's my situation. I've been mildly depressed. Jesus Christ, here we go. Everybody's having a problem this week. I've been mildly depressed for my whole life and struggled with an identity crisis since my early teens. What the fuck is an identity crisis? Hang on a second. What, do you look in the mirror and be like, who the fuck's... Oh, that's right, that's me. Sorry, hold on. All right. I just realized how funny this is. I'm sitting there going like, I hate when celebrities try to tell me who I should vote for. And here I am fucking giving you guys advice. But don't you guys ask me for advice because you think, I'm going to say something stupid? This is just part of your entertainment, isn't it? All right. Identity crisis. The term identity crisis, coined by the psychologist Erik Erikson. That's a real name. My name's Bill Bilson. This is my buddy here, Pete Peterson. Means the failure to achieve ego identity during adolescence. Well, what the fuck does that mean? You don't achieve ego identity. That's a definition. That's a fucking enigma wrapped up in a riddle, right? The stage of psychological development in which identity crisis may occur is... And then you're just going to fucking move on? None of those fucking words are highlighted? Am I the only dumbass who doesn't know what that means? During this stage, adolescents are faced with physical growth, sexual maturity, and integrating ideas of themselves about what others think about themselves. Oh, here you are explaining it. Sorry, I panicked. Adolescents, therefore, form their self-image and endure the task of resolving the crisis of their basic ego identity. Oh, so it just means you're trying to figure out who you are. Well, who the fuck knows that at that age? All right. Let me get back to the fucking question here. Well, where's the question? I didn't open a new window? Oh, boy. All right, here we go. I've been struggling with identity crisis since my early teens. All this thanks to my shitty upbringing. I am Canadian, but growing up, I've always been fascinated with American culture and so on. So and our bacon, dude. Our bacon, say what you want about, our foreign policy. You can't fuck with our bacon. So some years ago in my late teens, I'm now 27, I began to cultivate this lie that I was American. I fucking love this guy. Why would you do that? This is fascinating. And so on, to the point my friends and girlfriends believe this. I've gone as far as to legally change my last name, lie about my heritage partly, and a few other things. My European girlfriend now believes full-heartedly in my life and her family and friends too. It started by accident, coming out as the casual lie it is before we dated. However, I am now in a very amazing relationship with her, and I love this girl very much and plan to marry her. Unfortunately, she has trust issues, and me being American is part of my appeal, I'm sure. Oh, God. Dude, what did you do? She doesn't take to liars or lying lightly at all. Also, we are planning on starting a business together and so on. This lie would come out eventually. Right now, I'm in Canada for a couple of months, and she's in Europe. I'll see her again soon, and I'd prefer to break the news face-to-face, not on the phone. This lie is weighing really heavy on me, and I want to tell her, but I feel that if I lost her, I couldn't carry on in life. My depression is getting worse with this distance for a few months and the weight of this lie. By the way, this isn't a long-distance relationship. I live over in Europe, too. I want your advice on how to break the news to her. I love to hear your thoughts on the podcast. Yeah, dude, you just gotta face the music here. Yeah, I would just sit her down and just say, yeah, listen, I have something I have to tell you. Oh, God, and that's going to make her fucking heart drop, but you got to do it. I didn't cheat on you. I'm not breaking up with you. I would say that first. Okay? It's, something about me. I don't have cancer. And you just be like, what the fuck is it? And you got to be like, listen, I lied about being American. There you go. And then it's out there. And then after that, it's going to naturally go its course. That's all you have to do. I lied about being American. I lied about being American. It's 5 fucking words. 5 fucking words, and this weight is off your chest. Now, how she reacts to it and all of that other stuff is different. I would just be totally honest with her and just say the weight of this, the reason why I did it, I didn't like myself, the identity crisis. Just tell her why you did it. And then I don't know what you do after that, other than just wait to see her reaction to it. I knew somebody one time that lied about their age. And it was nuts. He was dating this person for a number of years, and she was much younger. So he started out the relationship by saying he was younger. And then I remember, like, when he started introducing her to us the few times he did, he was going like, listen, he'd be like, we went to high school together, but we didn't graduate in 1987. We graduated like 1993. And we were all sitting there laughing at him, going like, dude, I can't remember all this shit. How about I don't bring up high school. I just won't bring up any years. And we basically hammered this guy forever. And then he finally came clean. And you know what, dude? He came clean and she didn't break up with him. She didn't fucking break up with them. Women are way more forgiving than men are, I think. Their capacity to forgive is much greater. So what's funny was this guy finally came clean. She freaked the fuck out, but then she forgave him, and then they stayed together, and then 6 months later, he dumped her. So I'll figure that one out. So, dude, you'll be fine. Just tell her. You got to tell her, you know? And no matter what, dude, you're going to survive. This whole fucking thing of like, oh, my God, if this person leaves me, my life's going to be, it's not going to be over, okay? And she probably won't leave you, you know? She loves you, too. You'll be fine. But, you know, just the big thing, all you got to worry about, dude, is you just got to get this fucking lie off your chest. And you know what, dude? Then you can fucking breathe again. And, yeah. You know, it's going to be weird for a while, but, you know, it's a situation you created, and as a man, you got to fucking deal with it. All right? So good luck to you.
Budgeting question. Dear Billy the Banker, I'm a 29-year-old lady, and I graduated
college last December. Congratulations. I worked hard and found a great job immediately. Good for you. I can comfortably pay my bills and put money away in savings. Now, this is a scenario you don't hear that often from these kids who are graduating college these days, it seems. Anyway, she says, I've picked up a side gig tutoring kids to earn extra money to put into savings. Things are going pretty well. Ah, gee, whatever you do, don't fucking start dating some freeloading douche who wants to take your money and invest it in his idea. All right, here's my question. I grew up really poor in the South. Here come the relatives. Here come the relatives. I survived with my single mother living off welfare and charity donations. I worked hard and had a job since I was 13. I put myself through college and now occasionally help my mom out financially. Understandable. My problem is I've been saving to the point that I now have a little extra stored and I really want to go on a real vacation with my partner, but spending money scares me. You know, that's not a bad thing. That's better than being the other way where you just, you know, it just slips through your fingers. This is exactly how I was with money for different reasons. You know, I grew up in the 70s, gas crisis, you know, economic crunch and shit. And I had friends whose parents had real jobs and they lost the jobs and they lost the houses. They had to move away. And, you know, there's a period my family had to downsize. Like, you just saw it at a young age that, oh, shit can go, shit does not stay the same. Shit moves. So, I remember when I moved to New York City, I was afraid to take a taxi cab. Like maybe twice a month I would take a cab and I couldn't believe the luxury of it. I'd finish up down the Village and take a cab all the way uptown, back when they drove like lunatics. They're starting to drive like lunatics again, but Giuliani slowed them down. But they used to have the way they had the lights timed is you could just fucking go from like basically, you know, 8th Street up to about 79th, 80th Street before, you know, just too many people got in front of you and you missed the light. You just be in this pocket of green lights the whole way up. And I remember it would just be such a luxury to do it. And then afterwards I would get out of the cab and I would feel so fucking guilty. And I would never order out for food. I just held on to every fucking dime because I didn't know what was going to happen. Even though, I always had this thing in the short run. I was white knuckling, freaking out every fucking move I was making. But in the long run, I had this confidence and knew I was going to be all right. It was weird. So anyways, she says, okay, my problem is I've been saving to the point I haven't had enough money to go on a vacation, but spending money scares me. I have an emergency fund as well as a separate savings account for if a recession hits, and I was out of work for a few months. For if a recession hits and I was out of work for a few months. Okay, you weren't out of work. This is just in case. See, this is the way like a responsible person handles money. And then you don't become a debt to society. This is the way the government should be running this country. But they don't. And then when they fuck up, somehow then they come to people who responsibly handle their money and say, we have to take more of your fucking money. And that's like, well, what the fuck are you guys doing? You know? I'm balancing my budget. You can't do the same fucking thing? Paying $9 million more than you should be to these fucking assholes who get the government contracts? All right, let's stop making it about yourself, Bill. Sorry. All right. Growing up so poor has made me respect money and fear being without it. It's a hell of an education. I live modestly and below my means, but I think it's time I do something for myself. Is that selfish? Look at that. Yeah, it's like me taking the cab. How do you go about spending money on a vacation or an expensive purchase and not feel guilty? My partner says I deserve to relax a little, and even my manager says I should take some time off. What do you think? All the best to the lovely Nia and the little one. Go fuck yourself. I think they're right. And I don't think like this is going to be like hitting the crack pipe, like you're going to go on a 3-day fucking vacation and then all of a sudden just come back and start buying fucking gold chains and stupid shit. This is what I have learned late in my adult life is the importance of taking time off, the importance of taking a vacation, the importance of quiet time, and the amount of, recharging your batteries, and then you can come back and be even better at your job and become even more successful. You have to fucking do it. All right? The old me, I would have come right out of this fucking acting gig all summer long and gone right hardcore on the road, said yes to 1,000 fucking things. I did that a little bit. But once I saw this free time, I was like, oh, I can get my instrument rating. But that's fun and enjoyable. But I think it's huge. Huge. This is what you should do, is schedule in, a couple. You don't have to fucking go to, the ends of the world to go on vacation. You know what's really underrated? Not only a stay vacation, which I don't think you should do. I think you should go somewhere. Just taking a vacation, lakes are the shit. Just hanging out, getting a little fucking cabin. And it doesn't, a lake is a fucking lake. So you can find a cheap fucking place and, you're with your partner having a great time. Get some food, have a couple of beers, just fucking hang out. You can go to the grocery store and just buy burgers and dogs. Chill the fuck out. Laugh your ass off, play cards, don't watch TV, shut off your phone. If you did that for 3 days, you'd be amazed what that did for you. And it wouldn't even cost that much money. And then as you get more and more successful, or if you have like a place you really wanted to go on a vacation, just start saving towards that and save way more than you need and then go on that vacation. But I think you had, no pun intended, a priceless upbringing. And it's great to hear a young person that has this type of viewpoint on money. And that's a great way to be. It's always better. And my grandparents were like that because they lived through a depression. They were incredible with money. Both sets of grandparents were incredible with money. They just, first of all, that aside from going through the depression, there was also repairmen back in the day. And if your TV broke, you got it fixed. You didn't just fucking throw it out. There wasn't this design obsolescence. Is that the word that they have with all of this shit, where you just accept the fact that things are going to break, and then you don't even entertain getting it fixed. You just throw it out.
Hey, Billy, master of fuckets. I've been single my entire life. I'm into my later 20s and still haven't found any lady that I really hit it off with. I've struggled with being single for a long time, but have been working through it. I'm okay with it, but I still have my dark moments. My question to you is, when you were single for all those years, did you ever get lonely or feel alone? Did you ever think you'd be single forever? What helped you to endure through those times, and how did you cope with it? Yes to all of that, yep. As I figured some things out, I've been doing bucket list types of stuff that helps me get through it. Yeah, dude, that's a great thing to do when you're single. Go do all that shit you want to do. Because, you meet somebody else, you might not have the time. This person says, I've gone to see some of my favorite bands play live. I've traveled a little, and I've been working towards finding a career path that I really enjoy. So I believe I'm doing some good things, but I still have my days when I suffer through it a little. But I've learned to sit in that pain for a bit and find good things. Saying something dumb at work. Oh, that's the next one. I thought that was a guy signing off, or the woman, whoever the fuck this is. All right, my question to you is, you've been single all those years. Did you ever get lonely or feel alone? Here's the thing. I was never lonely for the first, I don't know how many years of my life, until I had a girlfriend and then lost my girlfriend. And then after that, that's the first time I felt like, oh, I don't have a chick. It's weird. I didn't have my first serious girlfriend until I was like 23. Something like that. 22, 23 years old. So I was fine with being single, and that thing lasted like, I don't know, like 8-9 months. And I ended up breaking up with her. And that was right before I started doing stand-up. And I remember the first 6 weeks of being like, fuck, how long is it going to take for me to get over this person? And it's weird, man. Like getting over a person, it's like quitting the booze. It's a habit. They're a habit. You know what I mean? Oh, I always call them at this time. Then you got to fill up those fucking times. But you just can't fill them up. You kind of got to go through the morning of them not being there anymore. And then you start filling them up with other stuff. But like, dude, I think travel, seeing bands and everything. The great thing is, dude, the fact that or lady, the fact that you're single and you feel alone is a very healthy thing. You know what I mean? Now, if you were totally fucking single and you didn't feel lonely at all, well, I guess maybe you're just a fucking someone who doesn't want to be with anybody. That could also be good. As long as you're not out killing people. You know what I mean? As long as you don't feel the need to hunt. As long as you're not feeling that, and as long as you're all right with whatever it is you're doing, then you should be fine. Dude, you're in your fucking late 20s, dude. Trust me. Someday you're going to be married. You're going to have a fucking kid coming like I got right now, and you all of a sudden, all your drum videos, you're thinking, I got to get rid of those. I got to get rid of all this shit. I got to get rid of all of this stuff. And there's this feeling that I'm having right now of, will I ever play drums again? But fortunately, I married the coolest woman ever, so I just was able to sit down with her. This might help you. If you're afraid to get in a relationship because you feel like you're going to lose all of this stuff, you just let the person you're with know what's important. I already said to my wife, I said, listen, here's the deal. Like once a week, okay? You pick a day once a week when this kid is not sleeping through the night, and you can just go somewhere, get a massage, or just go someplace and fucking sleep. Or I'll take the kid and go drive around. I'll let you sleep for fucking hours and hours, whatever the hell it is, okay? All you got to do is let me keep playing drums, taking drum lessons and that shit. That'll be my spa thing, because I don't really need to sleep because I'm a fucking lunatic. And also, I'll still get to do the road twice a month, and, I'll use that time to sleep. I'll do my shows at night, and then I'll go right to the hotel, and I will sleep till the fucking cats come home, the cows come, whatever the fucking animal is. And then I'll come back recharged. You know what I mean? But we make sure that we kind of work that stuff out with each other. So if you're afraid to get in a relationship, just know that there's cool people out there. As long as you, I don't know. You never hear me say this, but women in general are pretty cool if you just tell them what the fucking deal is. But I have issues with women. So even as I said that, just picturing how many women just went like, oh my God, yes. That annoyed me, even though they're agreeing with me. It's weird. I got a lot of fucking issues. So, yeah, I felt like I was never going to meet the one. I felt like there was something wrong with me and all of this type of shit. Just know this. Every one of your friends that's in a relationship is secretly envious of you, even if they're with the right person. That's how much fucking work it is. Every once in a while, I look at fucking, I'll look at a playboy like Joe DeRosa, and I'll be like, God damn it, man. What the fuck did he's got? He's living the life, But then, you come home and your wife makes some fucking cookies. You're like, this is pretty cool too. All right. Saying something dumb at work. So what I'm saying to this person, you're fine, dude. You're in your late 20s. The same way that you have goals with your career and bucket list stuff, you should have some goals about the kind of person that you want to be with. Like women have to actually do shit like that. Women actually sit down and think about the kind of guys don't do that. We just sort of ping pong around. I'll stick my fucking dick in that. We're idiots. But if you actually, get a little Bill Belichick, see what's missing, from your half, see what you're looking for. What do you want? Do you want a woman that wants kids? Do you want a woman that can cook? Are you traditional? Do you want a career woman? Like, what do you want? I can tell you right now, if you want a woman that can cook, we'll actually sit down and cook. Woo! I'll tell you right now. That's like, I don't know. Like every I don't know how many years they have that 1983 draft. Like women's do not be cooking anymore. All this feminism shit. It's really a sad thing, but men have, it's our fault because we didn't put a value on it. Christ, I'm out there busting my ass. You're in here pickling cucumbers, right? We just gave him shit. Making a meal for somebody is one of the nicest things you could ever do, you know? But what happened, huh? We talked shit. We didn't give them fucking respect them. Now look at them. They don't want to cook or be mothers. They're out there running around willy-nilly wearing pantsuits, running for president of the United States. I mean, that's a man job. I'm kidding. You know the funniest fucking thing ever is how sick you have to want to be president. The fact that Hillary Clinton is depressed right now, that she didn't get a job where she was going to have to put her head on the pillow every night knowing she just made a decision that bombs were just dropped and possibly landed on somebody's baby.